Hey guys, welcome. I hope you are well. Um, um, it's a cold again, some day of the week. So I'm just trying to make sure that my Instagram is working well every day when I do this. Instagram shows me things I have no idea. But anyway, let me just try to sort that out. Oh, there it works now. So I hope you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. I'm not using a mic today. I don't know where my mics are. I have not been doing my videos because I had a serious issue of what's this, sinuses. Hardly you could not hear me. It was very bad. But now I'm better. Hope you guys are having a good winter at least, what can we do? We have to go through winters, right? And I do not like winters myself, but yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. It's a season, and these things happen to the best of us. These seasons in our lives, they happen. Some we are excited about, some we're not. So winter is here, and it's gonna pass one day soon, somewhere in September 1. So I hope you guys are great. So Instagram, please let me know if you can hear me well. I don't have a microphone today for you guys, so I am really hoping you can hear me the side. And then here, I think everybody here can hear me, Facebook and YouTube. So the topic today is the persecution wound. I wanted us to talk about this because it's one of those things that I see a lot when I'm doing energy healing sessions with my clients on a daily basis. Like, it comes up so much, and actually, we're gonna have a proper healing session for this just because it's such an important thing. So, what is this persecution wound? Okay, Dumi says you guys can hear me. Yay! Maybe I don't need earphones. I mean, microphone for Instagram anymore because you guys can hear me. I'm so glad. So, this persecution wound, it's a wound that we inherited. Mostly, you don't have that kind of an energy just because you did something wrong, like you maybe made a mistake in life and then you get to have that type of energy. It's something that you inherited. So it's something that you came out with from your mother's womb. It's something that uyincelile in your mother's breast. You something that you it's in your DNA. So how does the persecution wound look like? A persecution wound looks like this. You are always scared of leveling up. You are always scared of being your true self. You are always scared of doing the things in your heart that you know will make you happy. And normally, this affects a lot the space of your work. How you work is how we show up in the world and interact with the world. So it's either you have your own business or you work for somebody, as in you work for a company. But work is how we show up in the world and say, this is who I am. And and even if you don't have proper, like or the standard, the traditional work, as in you are a mother, you are taking care of your kids, that's work. Because of course you are working, you're taking care of your kids, you're taking care of your husband, you're taking care of whoever you need to take care of. So it is work. I mean, it's work. So this persecution wound shows up in those ways where you are always feeling like you are not good enough. So here's an opportunity at work for you to be a manager, an opportunity at work for you to change departments or to even go into another company, and you do not feel that you are good enough. You like, I don't have enough education, I'm not uh, fully equipped for this position. I am not ready, maybe even I can't make it, I can't do it, or even if I try, they wouldn't give it to me. They will give it to this person. They will give it to this person. So you are always having this energy that you are not the one for this thing. You are, somebody else is better than you. Somebody else can do it better. Somebody else will already take the position for before you even ask for it. Or even when you do ask for it, you're already asking from that place of, oh, maybe it wouldn't happen. And of course you get there, oh, not today, we will see about it next year, we're not looking yet, we will look, and then boom, 3 months later somebody is already in that position. So this persecution wound is all about the fact that we were told, and this is, as I say, it's not something that you know that happened physically to you, but it's something that your lineage has gone through. Your lineage has been traumatized for being who they really need to be. So then you just inherited this energy and you're coming with it here, and you're like, why am I scared of starting the business? Why am I scared of going out and doing this thing of my own? Why do I always want to invite people into this thing? God is giving me a blessing, and me now I want to go and collect 50 people. Hey, let's start it together. Let's make it happen together. And then the next thing, your thing is boom, gone, because you invited so many people because you didn't feel that you can do it by yourself. Or it's a an increase you need at work. You don't feel that you deserve the increase. You just having all these thoughts and all these reasons why they will not give it to you. So this persecution won't happen with our lineage, specifically if you are probably from Africa and you are probably Black. These are things that really happened. That I mean, we know a lot of people that are Black. Back then, there were slaves. Um, a lot of stuff that is painful happened, and being a slave, you don't even have a choice. You are told you're gonna be this, you're gonna work for us, you're not gonna you don't have a choice in life to be who you are, and even if you try, it's not gonna happen. So that is how much pain that our lineages has gone through, and that pain, because they passed without it being solved, without it being cleansed, they then had to pass it on to us. And at this time, you will notice that a lot of people are really trying hard to break out of shells that have been, my father was in this shell, my great grandfather was in this shell, and I'm really now trying to break through it. It is because we are finally having a little bit more energy than them to say, no, actually we are this, we can do this, we can start sneakers companies, we can start skincare range, products, whatever. We are finally waking up to the fact of who we are. But this is not something that we woke up and just decided that we are not good enough. We woke up and just decided that we're not gonna go out there and do what God is telling us we are and we're supposed to be doing. So then we just be like, okay, fine, I'm just going to work every day and pay my bills. I'm just going to make sure that I've got a good car and a good house, and I'll pay it for the rest of my life. As long as I can just get hired here and pay my bills. You're living that at least life. At least I've got a job. At least I can eat. But you're not being who you are, because you are scared of being judged, you are scared of being persecuted, you are scared of being told, no, you can't. I mean, in South Africa, a few decades, not a lot. I mean, now we think like it's been long. No, but apartheid has not been long. During apartheid, a South African was not allowed to, a Black person was not allowed to have a car, let alone start a business, let alone be a manager in a company. They were not. So now when the opportunity for you to be a manager comes through, you shaking in your boots. You do not know how many women I have to go into organizations, and I am there to develop them to actually be strong enough to take on management positions, because not one of these women think they are good enough. They've been told, specifically with women, it's twice, because you're not just black and a woman, you're also supposed to be in the kitchen, you're also supposed to not contribute economically like that. You're just gonna be the person who, give birth to children and take care of them, which is not a bad thing. But what if you do want to contribute in the economy? What if you do want to be the CEO? Then you have this energy within you that is saying, no, you can't. But the good news, I am 100% bringing you the good news today. I'm not going to tell you about the soapy story. You already know that. You are that. You've done that, got the t-shirt. You know what I'm talking about already. I've got new good news, because the good news is that we can be able to heal that energy. And we, at this point, we are not even healing it for us. It's, of course, traumatizing us, but we are not even healing it for us. We are healing it for our lineage, the people who went through these painful experiences that we came out of. Because they went through these painful experiences, they paid the price. That is the thing that we never know. We never notice, is that the fact that they died, their blood died on those messes, it means that they paid the price. When we come through, we are now having this ability, we are now having this path open for us to be who they wanted to be. So, but the only thing is that we need to realize what happened. You can never inherit something that you don't know. If you had a great grandfather that passed and there's an inheritance, but you don't know you had a great grandfather and you don't know there's an inheritance, you can't ever go there and say, I'm here to claim an inheritance. You can't. But you have to have a realization, you have to have a knowing, and you have to have feel with that, oh, sorry people, this is my grandfather and this is my inheritance. Because I came out of him, I deserve to have this. So the only thing we need to do now is to do that healing, so that we can say, no, actually there are so many people who lost their lives and they couldn't be who they wanted to be, but then they did it so that we can have that life. So we want it, we are claiming it, we are taking position in who we know we are. So you've probably have heard people say it a lot, you must know who you are, you must know your purpose, and that's what they mean. They mean not that you must go and start a whole new thing. They mean that come into the position of who you are. And you will notice that there are families that everybody seems to just be in the business industry. And in other families, you've seen that everybody just seems to be maybe in the music industry, maybe in the arts industry, maybe in the teaching industry, maybe in the pastoring industry, maybe in the, specific industry, that this, maybe in the healing industry, doctors and all, nurses and all that. Because you are literally repeating history. Our kids and our great grandkids will still do this. My kids will still come and be healers. My grandkids will still come and be healers. I have been born into this lineage, and it's always gonna be like this. But the thing is that everybody, when they come through, they have to take the baton from the ones that have come. And that is why we work so hard, that my kids doesn't have to go through the troubles I've gone through. I have made a way, I've cleared up some troubles, I have cleaned up some stuff, and then they can come in and then they can do better. I mean, there was a time when there wasn't electricity, there wasn't a road, there wasn't a car. And then you will see that the people who created cars, their generations have been in that. The people who created all things that now we see as glitz and glam, their generations have been creating this for some time. I mean, for instance, in South Africa, we've got a company called Johnson and Johnson. Johnson and Johnson is a legacy company. And when it started, it was, of course, doing one thing. Now it's doing so much, because every time there was a new generation, they did better. They didn't go and start afresh. So for us, mostly, which are Black people, we do not understand that whole thing of carrying the legacy. We carry the blessings and we also carry the curses. So what do we do with the curses? We need to heal them. We need to release them, but we have to first acknowledge them. So you have to acknowledge the fact that in your lineage, there were people who never touched their purpose. There were people who were not even did not touch their purpose because they didn't feel like it. No, they were not allowed to. And they died in that state of pain and horror. of coming here and not being who they need to be. So now you keep fearing, you keep hearing this fear, you keep being blocked, and you're like, but why I feel so stuck? You know how many people come every day and think they're stuck, and when I do check in their energy, is that it's not them. The stuck energy is not them. And of course, luckily, thank goodness, because when I do read their energies, I can hear the story. Oh, this is what happened actually. So if you then understand what happened, you can then claim what you need to claim, and you can then heal what you need to heal. And the good thing is that the healing is easy when you are healing for your lineage. The most difficult thing is the realization of who you are. Once you realized who you are, then you are able to catapult the things that you need to catapult, and then you are able to receive the blessings that you're supposed to receive. Because none of those people blood was shed for nothing. None of them. They might have died without a cent. I mean, so many people will always be like, "Oh my goodness, I was born in a black family. They were broke. Oh, look at me today." Yeah, it's fine. They might have died broke, but it doesn't mean that they did not give you an inheritance. But if you don't claim it, you will never be able to have it. And guess what? The cycle is going to just continue just like that. Okay, so I am going to give you a few pointers right now of how do you start to go back and try to open those doors for yourself, and also how do you actually realize what type of a persecution wound do you have, because they are different. I mean, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. There were people who were persecuted for being the seers, who could see the future, who could tell the future, and they were shut up. There were people who were inventors, who would start new things, and they were shut up. And then, of course, I mean, in the other drama side, there were people who were actually witches, and they were doing all sorts of kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but also, I mean, they got to be stopped because they had secrets. They knew magic. They understood things that could change everything for everyone, and nobody wanted anybody to be woke, and understand stuff like that. So I'm gonna share with you a little bit on how do you notice which one you might be having, and of course, simple things that you can start doing now. And of course, all of us have a different level. Others, you probably the road has been cleared up a little bit more. You have been doing work on yourself, and you are in a better stage. Others, you're still at the starting point where you really have to put in a little bit more energy and maybe get somebody who will help you. But the good thing about the new Aquarius age that we entered in early on this year in March 2022 is that we are no longer supposed to, it's no longer supposed to take time, or everything has been just like put into fast gear. We are in the age of A. Everything is supposed to happen through the A. So, you know, if you're going to drive to America, it's going to take forever. But if you're going to fly to America, you're going to get there quicker. So everything is getting quicker. We've just passed through the Pisces age. The past 2,000 years, we finished the Pisces age. And the Aquarius age is about fast movement and working with things that have to do with airwaves, air this. That's why you see that we have Facebook and everything that is on the A. Everything is like WhatsApp is on the A now. You're talking to somebody who is in America right now. In the Pisces age, you will have to write a letter that will travel there and get there like after somebody has already married somebody that they shouldn't have married. Why am I giving such an example? But now the information is very quickly. You see how quick, and things are about to get even more quick. By 2030, we're gonna have a whole different, we're gonna be able to talk to people in other dimensions, people who have passed, people who are still coming. I mean, of course, if you work on your third eye, you'll be able to do those things quicker and better. So things are getting very, very quick. So you need to heal so that you can have the life that you came here to have. not have the life of at least. Because I mean, who is it serving? You know what I always say, choose your battles. Going for who you are and what you are here for is not easy. But again, staying in rubbish, crappy situations that you don't deserve is also very difficult. I think you better just go for the road to your soft life than staying in the crappy life and still suffer. Like, I mean, when I was in 14 million rent debt, I realized and I understood that day that if you owe one rent, you have the same pain as when you owe 40 million rent. It's the same kind of pain. Like you wake up with the same headache, you have the same heartache, and it's 40 million rent the other one, and it's one rent the other one. Maybe 100 rand you owing. If you're owing 100 rand and you're owing 40 million rand, the pain is the same. Which one would you rather be at? Go big or go home. That me, I think like that. But I'm not saying, I mean, if you want to go small, I mean, you still get the same pain. So why not go big? So if you realizing that you have this kind of a blockage, a stuck energy in your life that is coming with this persecution wound, fix it so that you can get on with your life. Okay, so let me look at the comments. Then I'm gonna definitely share with you a few things that I think will help. Hey guys, Malebu says, "Oh, I used to feel like that. I will be guided to start something, then recruit others who were not guided. It will be so painful for me working with such. Thanks to healing." Absolutely true. I've seen a lot of people who give away their blessings just like that. You know, this whole thing of me to have done that. I mean, you get an amazing idea, and then you come and call on everybody, and then that idea never lifts off because it was for you, and the energy you've been given, you've been given the ability to make it happen, but then you do not believe you are good enough. So guess what? It doesn't happen. So yeah, it is not nice. Somebody else says your name is not here. Yo, Busi, this is me, Sis Busi. I always have fear that certain things are too big or are too good for me. Yeah, exactly. You've really said it very well when you say too big, because sometimes you just know that tears I can afford, but the other one, BMW, is for other people. And now you've just put it in your head that that is what it is. And who said? I mean, I've seen this happen so many times that somebody's maybe leaving the country and they're like, I just need somebody who can take care of this car. And you don't even have to pay for it. Malibu says Busi loves Johnson and Johnson. Yeah, hey, well, I mean, I haven't found another example. I'll find another one. Malibu. No, Busiso says, definitely coming for my healing. Yeah, fix it, child. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Dumi says, and how can you help your children release the persecution wound? Okay, that is a very good question from Dumi. Now, the good thing is that when you release it in you, you automatically release it for your kids. The problem is that if you hold it, then you continue the cycle. So our kids will have less things to deal with. Our kids will have things that they take from us to deal with. So if we clean up ourselves, we cut the cord, and they do not have to deal with these things. So in our kids, they only take what we give because we also took what we got from our parents. So in this case, Dumi, you don't have to worry about your children. Fix yourself. You'll be shocked that when you fix yourself, I mean, I don't know if it's a luck thing, but I gave birth to my two other kids after I had gone through the 40 million rand debt. And I've noticed that their relationship with money is a proper. But it's because I got them when I was healing my own. They don't have money problems. The children, I can see it in them, how they handle money and how they deal with it, how they think about it. I'm just like, I am so glad they don't have to go through what I went through. And I see they will never go through it. But I had already healed it. So the quicker you fix yourself, you are sorting out your life, your children. Now you can't heal it in your kids if you haven't healed in you. I mean, of course, your kids will have to take the decision to say, hey, my mom to me is a mess when it comes to men. Now I'm gonna be better. Now they can only take, you can't fix your children, be like, oh, my kids, I want them to have better men because I had a mess. You're gonna mess it up. We all know, we've seen that happen somewhere. Like your parent will be like, go be a doctor because I never got to be one. And then you don't want to be a doctor and you see it ends in tears all the time. So don't worry about worry about your children, but fix it in you so that it automatically gets fixed in them. Nozipho says, oh, Nkosi yami. Chauke 782 says, we carry the blessing and the curses. We need to heal the curses. Yep, of course, and claim the blessings. Chauke, we have to claim. You know how much blessings we've got. Most of us, and most people who watch my channel, people who come to my channel, are people from royalty, and they're broke. And it's not supposed to be like that. That's why they come back and listen and fix their lives, because they just feel good. Man, this person in the wagiti ukhuluma nathi, like we are saying WhatsApp group. But you have to claim the blessings. As much as you're healing the curses, you have to do the process of claiming the blessings. And that is why it's so important for you to do manifestation work. Manifestation work lets you know what is in store for you. Okay, we'll talk about that another time, and it's a long story that I need to explain carefully, well, in more detail. So I'm just looking for questions. Okay, so Hotato says, how do I claim the blessings? Yes, I'll share just that now, Hotato. Okay. I think I've looked at all the questions on Instagram. Unless there's a question I haven't read, please just write it again so that I can see. Okay, so this side, before we continue, somebody else says, gosh, this session is made for me. He or she needed this. Sorry, I can't see the name. Thank you for joining us. And then Samge says, thanks for your session. I'm so much better at that. Currently starting something so big. Back then, I wasn't able to think I'll do such. I knew I had it, but I was too scared. Yeah, yes. And you see, Samke, it's because you've been working on yourself. And these are not like, maybe I should. These are things that you need to get them done. These are your blessings. These are your inheritance. And sometimes we think that the inheritance, it must be like there's a bank account, there's a trust fund that you must go and cash in with so that you can have your inheritance. Oh, my parents were broke, they died and they left me with nothing, like not even a life cover. No, the spiritual inheritance is much bigger than that one. So when you find yourself doing these big things, these things that you never thought you can do, I mean, I know what you're talking about. When you're like, oh my God, I just never thought I'm even capable of this. It is because you are getting your inheritance. But that is why we need to understand who we are. We need to understand who walked in front of us. We need to understand what they went through and what they were fighting for, because that fight was won when they left. Now we have to then get their blessing, which is the inheritance. So if you do not allow yourself to know it, you will still be in that scared state. But if you know that this is your thing, you will jump at it and you will tell everybody, this is me, I'm doing this is gonna work. I'm not trying, I'm not doubting it. Yeah. And thank you for joining us. And then Nomtandazo says, Ubuhle Emtane, thank you so much. Makona says, hi, Busi. Can procrastination and doubt be a product of peace? Yes, I was just about to get there. Okay, so let me just, before I continue there, let me just see the side. Dumi says, Ash, got to go. We'll catch the recording. Yes, the recording will be on, Dumi. And today also, guys, you'll see the recording. I'll just click on it, save it. You will have it whenever you need to. Please also click on the share button so that other children can see it. Click on the share and then like button so that you can see this when they come through. So now let's talk about the signs. So Makona just talked about procrastination. Procrastination is, guys, there was a time when we did one of the goddess session and we were talking about spiritual attacks. So we always have this goddess sessions, goddess classes once a month on a Sunday. We were supposed to have it this Sunday, but then load shedding happened. So we're going to have the next class on healing on this persecution wound next Sunday. But let me just explain this procrastination specifically. Now, procrastination is not, again, is not a challenge. In this session, which you could definitely get a recording to, I was talking about the fact that we've got challenges in life that grows us, but we also have spiritual attacks that pulls us down. So because we have not been educated that much in this spiritual life, we do not know between a challenge which we need to fight and win and a spiritual attack which we need to reverse. So if you are tomorrow having a presentation at work and you having doubt and you are not sure, you can sit down and practice on your mirror and practice on your children and practice and practice and practice until maybe the speech you know it by heart and then you feel more confident. That is a challenge and you can work through it. But if you have anxiety, that is just overwhelming. That is, you can't even start to prepare for this meeting. You can't even, you procrastinate on preparing for the meeting, you procrastinate on working on the challenges you have. That time you have a spiritual attack. And a lot of people who will tell you that I feel suicidal, that thing is not natural. Nobody ever wakes up and feels suicidal for no matter what reason. It doesn't matter what kind of a problem you have been. We have all been so many problems, but feeling so, and there are people who have felt suicidal and when they don't even have much of problems, but it's just like a feeling that comes up. That is a spiritual attack. Procrastination is one of those things, and you have to deal with it in the spiritual realm. Because if you're going to deal with it with a peel or with a pushing until you're getting there, it's just not going to work. So procrastination is a spiritual attack that you need to deal with it spiritually. And like I'm saying, I don't want to go in too much into that because I'm going to off ramp. But there are things that are spiritual attacks, just like those kind of stuff. And there are things that are challenges that makes us grow, that you want to have many challenges because those challenges makes you grow. But you don't want to have spiritual attacks because those things, they drain you. They are bad energy, depending wherever it comes from, how it was made, or whatever you've made it happen yourself, or it came from wherever it came from, which we are not talking about now here today. But procrastination is not a natural thing. Okay, now that was actually a bit of an opera. Let's come back here. Okay, Chauke says, how can I overcome this fear? Okay, we're about to discuss that. And then Kind says, with the spiritual blessing, my siblings and I are clashing badly. How do we protect ourselves while pushing through our work? I'm so tired. Oh, yeah. Now that kind is a question and a half. And sure, I'm really trying to not answer it just for you because that wouldn't be fair for me to talk about your personal issues here. So I'm gonna try to answer it generally, but kind, when you have time, just DM me, because I don't wanna just be like boo 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 boo, and, your business all over the place. But in a general sense, if somebody if you see in your family that you are clashing with your siblings, which is not a good thing. I mean, you could have fights. I mean, fights are fine, like fighting, like all kids fight, when you're young, and this. There's a fight, and there's when you feel that there's a clash, like when you don't feel like this person is your own blood, and I mean, you feel that this person can take your life, this person can do things that are so bad to you. It's not just like we are fighting, it's a serious issue. In those cases, you want to understand what was the agreements that were made. Most of the times, when kids are born, and sometimes the parents do it knowingly, which I don't think at this age we do it, but sometimes unknowingly the parents will have a certain blessing that is put on a certain child for a specific reason. So for instance, they will say, oh, you as a small baby, you were so stout, you will climb the cupboards, you will do this, you know what, this one, just sit down and shut up and stop being a nonsense. Like, you are a troublemaker. You know what. And then there is one, maybe because of a personality thing, and you are 3. I mean, you're not trying to kill anybody. You're just being a person. You are maybe an extrovert or anything like that. And then there's one that comes through, and they maybe have like, they're an introvert, they've got a personality that this, and then that parent will say, you are better than this one, you can do more, you can take on the blessings of the family, maybe you can take on the family tree and grow it, and this and this and this. So unless, I mean, there's a reason that before then there will be reasons where the parents will do such a thing because of certain reasons, but specifically because there was like a lot of istembu, multiple marriages. So the father will have had 5 wives and will choose specific children from specific houses that will be those children. And then in that case, it will be a conscious thing. But it also happens just in our modern life that you end up as a parent, and we should be careful because now we are the parents. Remember, guys, we are the ones, right now, we are the ones who are putting blessings on people and cases right now. It's our chance to do it. It's been done on us already. So you want to notice that you take all your kids there. I wouldn't say the same. I don't know if that is even possible, but you try to not put on blessings and curses depending on just things like that. Like, this one is too active, this one is a little bit slow, this one I get along with, this one I don't get along with. Because when you die, when you are still alive, sometimes you can be able to control the energy. But once you die, these energies that you've left, they then manifest. And then you see the siblings clashing in a bad way. Now, that's a little bit over the top, but I'm hoping you guys, it's landing well with you. I'm just saying it so that you know it right now with your own children, that you don't do it, because there are so many from now. I'm talking about this because I've seen it in a lot of sessions when people come and they say we are clashing as a family, and they don't understand why. But there were words that were said by the parents in a certain emotion, and they sticked. And now you as kids don't even know you were 3, but then your spirits know it. And now that's what's happening. So yeah. Ooh, all right. I wasn't ready for that. But anyway, so now let's continue. How do we get rid of the fear? How do we understand that we do have this persecution wound? How do we start to come out of it? So now, first things first, don't be scared. Don't be feeling sorry for yourself. The persecution wound is something that we came here to deal with. It's fine. We can deal with it. So, Karen says, yes, definitely you are hitting the nail on the head. Okay. So, yeah, I was really trying to not go all the Googling you, in there. But I was just, at this point, I was just giving an example that could fit all of us easily. Nolwazi says it's not over the top. I see it with my parents and their siblings. Yeah, right. You see it. So Nolwazi, we have to try harder. We have to try harder and fix that, because we can understand that people's personalities are not the same. There are children that are gonna just be like looking like they are crazy. When I was young, yeah, I mean, there were things that were said to me because of my character. At the time, I was talking too much. And at a point, my dad told me to shut up. And that shut me up for a long time. But then this talking was the blessing that God gave me. I get paid for talking. And my dad told me to shut up, and I kept it, So he didn't know that that was my gift. But then the fact that I was just interviewing everybody that came home, like there would be visitors coming, me, I'll be like, yeah, you. And then I'll be telling them things about themselves, because I mean, of course, I could see their energies, and I'll be like, why are you like this? Why are you like with this one? And of course, I mean, he could have just like sort of tried to get me out of that, talking too much about things I shouldn't be talking about. But he just was like, he shutted me off because he didn't understand. And I get that. I mean, I get that. So we have to try, guys. We are now the ones. We are, when people are sick, they say mama bomtandazo, they are talking to us, and I was never ready, but they are saying to us, and we have to do it. So we now have it's our chance to make things right, and we understand better. We understand better. Our parents might have not understood better, and it's not like they did these things because they wanted to cause trouble. They never did. So we just need to do better, because now we know. Lola says, you just Googled me anyway. Ahmed. So now let's continue. When you are going through the process of clearing that persecution wound, first thing, like I said, you have to realize. So when you realize there will be pain that comes through, you will almost feel like, why me? And I'll tell you guys, at the moment right now, I'm going through one hell of a go-wishing moment. And I am clearing things that my grandmothers went through. And it is hard. It is hard. And I know it's got nothing to do with me, but I am being tested and I need to pass the test. And it's a freaking hard one. But I mean, of course, because and again, like that's why I'm always saying to everybody, grow your spiritual understanding of your guides, so that when you're going through shitty things, you can ask them to say, why is this shitty thing here? And they can say to you, no, child, hold on, there's two more things like this that are going to be so shitty like this, and you can do it, you can hold on to it, you can fight through it, and then you can be like, okay, fine, then let them be not that shitty, but now I understand. Then you don't cry as much, and also they don't break you. Of course, they are hard, they are tough, but you don't want to be broken by it. So it's so important for you to build up your third eye chakra, so that you can understand why the things that are happening, they are happening. Because literally, guys, we are fighting fights that are not ours. So, like I'm saying, I'll tell you the story. It's a crappy place, but I am literally fighting my great grandmother's heartaches. They are bad. But I have been told that this is what they went through. You just have to pass it, and we are giving you the strength, and you're going to pass it. And we're showing you, this is the person we sent to make it happen, so that this can happen, so that you can come out and you can then claim the reward for this. Okay, so there I am in the middle of all this. I'm crying like, oh, this is so hard. and you say there's 2 more. Shit, this is bad. But I'm going through it and I'm understanding why it's happening. So I'm saying when you are to deal with this persecution note, it will be painful. You will go to the workplace and you will feel like nobody takes you serious. You will feel like you are not good. You will feel like every day I'm putting applications for jobs. Nobody says anything. Every day I'm putting in quotations. Nobody takes mine. You will go through it. You will have to feel the pain just so that you are in it and you are like, this is happening. And then the moment it's happening, while you know why it's happening, that's when you are cleansing it. So the awareness of the trauma when you're going through the trauma is the thing that clears the wound. So a lot of times, the reason why we're going to be having the healing session on Sunday is that sometimes you don't even realize the wounds that you are going through. So you keep going, and then you don't pass the test because you didn't wake up, and then it happens again, and then another boyfriend comes again, and then you didn't realize that it's happening, and then you come back again, and then the cycle keeps running. You broke, and then you didn't realize what was happening, and then you broke again. They didn't take your quotation, and then you send it again. They don't take it, and then they don't pay your invoice, and then they don't pay it again, and then you're still not getting. So the thing is this: when we talk about an awakening, when we're talking about you going through the shade of the valley of death, when we're talking about you going through those moments of it's a do or die situation, that's when you need to wake up. The Bible talks about 3 men that were thrown in the fire, and then there was sin being 4. These men didn't come out of the fire. They were now in the fire with the 4th person. And the other guy was thrown into the dungeon, lions, and he was with the lions and chilling with the lions, and he didn't come out, and he had to sit there with them. Another one, the doors of jails were open, and he was there in the jail, like whatever, You need to wake up in the midst of the trauma. The time you wake up in the midst of the trauma, that's when you clear it. But a lot of people are not waking up in the midst of the trauma. When the trauma starts, they are hoping and they are asking and they are screaming and they want to run. And they're like, no, I don't want the divorce to happen. No, I don't want the breakup to happen. No, I don't want the car to be taken away. No, I don't want the house to be taken away. No, I don't want the sequestration to. I'm talking all about stuff that is, man, damn it. All the stuff I just said, I went through. Damn. Okay, anyway, triggering myself right now. But anyway, when I was in 40 million rent debt, I didn't start at 40 million. I started at 1 and I didn't get it. 2 and I didn't get it. 5, I still wasn't getting it. 6, 20, I was definitely not getting it. I was trying so hard to act like everything is fine, to make it work, to make sure that people don't laugh at me. And I wanted that, and I was still not getting it. And then one day, I was like, no, man, something is not correct here. And then I woke up. When I woke up, that's when I was like, oh, this is actually this, and that's when I've never been in debt ever since then. And I will never be in debt ever again. Like I know in my spirit that it will never ever happen. But I woke up in the middle of the trauma. That is why I was able to come out of the debt, because I woke up. If I didn't wake up, I don't know. I would have been at 200 by now. I don't know if that would have been allowed. So, guys, my nose, like I told you, sinus everywhere, but it's fine. So you have to wake up in the middle of the. So your persecution wound is different. Like I said, there are different types, and I'm really now trying to not get to go over the time limit. What is my time? Oh yeah, I see it, because it decided it wouldn't allow me to pass the hour. Okay, so when you realize what kind of a persecution wound you are dealing with, you wake up. When you wake up, it stops being painful. Not that you don't cry. Like I'm telling you right now, I'm crying through it. I have like 5 minutes of just like, oh, can I die already? Can I die already? Why me? And then I'm just like, and then I wake up, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember why me. Okay, fine, it's fine. I've been here, I've been done this. I mean, of course, I know there's a reward. Of course, I'm waiting for the reward. Of course, damn it, let the reward happen because damn, this thing is hard. But you have the strength now. Then people will be like, you are going through shit, but you look good going through it. You are going through trauma, but you just like going through it. You just left your job and you are fine. Like why? Like you just go through a bad breakup, but you're okay. Like why? What is happening with you? How are you doing this? Like how are you surviving? You just came out of that and you just bounced off and you look like nothing happened. No, you woke up. That's what happened. Not everybody come out of things looking amazing. Only us who wake up. Okay. So, but you have to wake up. So sometimes you don't know what's happening. So somebody needs to wake you up. So that's why I'm saying, please come through on Sunday when we have the session so that you can find your waking up moment. I promise you, when you wake up, the stuff stops being a problem because now you are being told, all right, you see where you are. This is where you are going. This is how it's going to go. This is how long it's going to take. I mean, I just love when you get all the details because I definitely want the details because if it's 2 years, fine. Tell me, let me wear my big girl panties and go for the 2 years. And I don't have a problem with it. But just, I want to know what's up. And as long as I know what's up, then I'm good. I don't know. Maybe you guys just don't want to know what's up. But anyway, you can't heal it before you're waking up. Because you can't heal something you don't know. You must know that you have a headache so that you can go to the doctor. Okay. So the most important part is for you to wake up and realize what is really going on. And there are things that might be going on and you think it's just problems. And there are things that are just problems, but not everything is just problems. There are things like that that are literally holding you hostage and you don't know. But the good thing is that when you know, you can release it. So, how do you get rid of the fear? Waking up, and it's not a nice feeling. Do not think that it's going to be amazing. I do not promise you that, but I promise you that when you wake up, child, you're going to slay. When you wake up, you're gonna go through stuff, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you can start this company because it needs so much money." You'll be like, "Okay, child, let's see. Let's see. Let me try something. Let me do it. Let's see what happens." Because now you are woke. Now you understand why. And the waking up process is the tough process because there it's dark, and then you wake up and your eyes open, and then you're like, oh, this is where I am. Then you take your power. Once you take your power, everything flows. But then, of course, there are so much other things we need to be waking up on. But then again, you are able to then now claim when you have passed the test, because now you know what's going on. Then you know when you're passing the test. You know when you're failing the test, which is good. I mean, I prefer it like that. And sometimes I fail the test and I'm like, okay, I failed this one. I know I'm going to get another round at this test. And this time I'm going to be much more clever at this and I'm going to get it right. And then I get the reward. That's what happened with money. I mean, that I fixed. And there are definitely other stuff that I need fixing. Damn that stuff. But the waking up process is so critical. And I ask you that in all the things that are troubling you, when you do your prayer, light a candle and say, what is it that I need to learn about this? I see the problem. I see it. It's painful and I'm going through it. But I just want to ask something small, like, what is it I'm supposed to learn from this? Because the awakening happens when you do those things of asking, why am I going through it? Not asking for it to be taken away. We make a mistake when we ask for the troubles to be taken away and we don't ask why. When you ask it to be taken away, you can't wake up. You will have to come back and come back and come back. So when you stop asking it to be taken away and you say, why? I want to know why. Then that's when the awakening starts to happen. So I will ask that we do our sessions at Sunday morning. It's not Sunday morning, it's Sunday evening because of the load shedding. If the schedule change, I will let you know. But please make sure that you RSVP for Sunday this afternoon, Sunday, in 4 p.m. If the time changes, if we have the load shedding schedule and the time changes, I'll tell you we'll do the healing, and we are literally doing the waking up. And I can promise you it's not an easy process, but you come through to the session and you open your heart and you say, I want to understand the things that are blocking me, the things that I might have been carrying, that are blocking me, that are persecuting me without me knowing, and you allow yourself to realize them. When you do the waking up, you take your power. I mean, the goddess class is about taking your power back. You take your power. When you take your power, now the devils are very scared of you. Things that you shouldn't be going through, they stop happening. You only deal with the stuff that you need to deal with. And it's quicker because now in life you can move fast because you don't have to deal with every rubbish. Then people will be like, oh no, you are seeing like you improving. Oh, things are working for you. You are always getting the right things done. I'm like, no, definitely. They are happening by themselves. These are the things. I'm just dealing with the rubbish I'm dealing with. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you want to make to come through, I'm gonna put the number here, 061 221, the WhatsApp number 5867. You can do that. You can send a WhatsApp message to that number. Or if you need a session, a healing session, a one-on-one session, you can also send a WhatsApp on that number. And also make sure that you click on the subscribe button, like button. Make sure that you are subscribing so that you can be able to see the videos when they come through, and then you share with others that needs to see this. And I'll see you on Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining, and have a lovely, lovely, lovely afternoon. Okay, Makona said, I am patiently waiting for the Sunday session. Yeah, I know. Oh, me too. Happy, hi, Happy is asking, very powerful. You never get ready for an answer. I know, right? Khoputo, hi, welcome back. It's been a while. I know, right? I've been dying from sinuses, but now I'm back. I'm back. My sinuses are back. Now I know why I've got them. I mean, yes, that was the issue that I needed to also get to understand. But then now I'm sorting them out. I'm feeling so much, so much, so much better. So thank you guys. So make sure that you RSVP for Sunday, and I will definitely probably do another video before Sunday, but it's going to be for something else. And of course, we are going through the new moon in Cancer today. Please make sure that you do your salt baths. Ask for what you need. New moon is for new things to come through. So I understand that you have the chance now. The energy allows you to have a new beginning in things that you want to do. Hey, Matsiri, so you are late. You will have Mama. The recording is available. And have a lovely, lovely evening, guys. Bye.